is the conference of the Ron McKinley Award, more formally known as the MnEEP Ron McKinley All My Relations Award. We've been conferring this award for almost 30 years now. I believe this is our 27th year. And the conferees are really a who's list of Minnesotans who have been true warriors in standing with and for Black, Brown, Indigenous, and Asian students and their communities and their families, advancing race equity and challenging our systems to end the design that has been so harmful for these students and their communities for generations. Some of you probably met and knew Ron McKinley. I met Ron McKinley back in the 70s as a young college student. He was my trio advisor at Macalester College, and I spent all my 4 years there trying to get him to let me use his motorcycle, and he never allowed me to do that. Wonderful brother who really was a brother, an older brother, and a founder of MnEEP, who spent a lifetime working on behalf of Black, Brown, Asian, Indigenous students. He was an American Indian, very proud of his people, who he is, and the values that they bring, including the value of all my relations, a universal expression among our first tribes here on this continent that speaks to the interconnectedness of all human beings, frankly speaks to the interconnectedness of all life on the planet. And with that comes an opportunity to recognize, to support, and to walk with one another. And so that is the spirit in which we offer this award to folks that, individuals that and groups that we interact with in this mission for race equity, in this mission to create powerful institutions and practices and policies that honor the dignity of our students, of all students, especially our Brown, Black, Asian, and Indigenous students. So it's going to be my privilege right now to confer the first of our awards today. We'll be doing 5 of these awards, and we'll intersperse them through our presentation with you here today. And by the way, there actually is a physical award that's coming. Yvette Macy makes sure of that, and it's actually a pretty beautiful award. So I believe that Yvette's arranging for those to be delivered in one way or another to all these individuals. So be on the lookout for that. Our first person that we wish to acknowledge this year is Mr. Luis Versalles. Luis is the Executive Director of Education for Courageous Conversation. I met Luis as I was introduced to Courageous Conversations over a decade ago, probably quite a bit farther back than that. And I was struck immediately by both his intellect and his insight and his dignity, characteristics that lie at the core of a truly inclusive and humanitarian worldview. MnEEP has both learned from and partnered with Luis for advancing the leadership needs of an education system centered on seeing and honoring the gift of each and every student, and one that is conscious of doing so in clear embracing of Black, Brown, Indigenous, and Asian students. So for example, Luis has contributed to MnEEP's work in creating a superintendent's race equity leadership network. While having a national profile, Luis is a second-generation Afro-Cuban American raised right here in Minnesota, where he began a teaching career as an ESL instructor. He leads a national team of equity transformation specialists who guide organizations in the domains of leadership, of cultural relevant learning and teaching, and in family community engagement and empowerment. His impact is widespread and local and immediate. And we are privileged to confer upon him the 2021 Ron McKinley All My Relations Equity in Action Award. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Luis Versalles.
Wow, 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 wow. This is very humbling. I'm gonna listen to my elder Bernadia's coaching to breathe for a second and just taking in the beauty on the screen. Just grateful to as we launched with the original custodians of this land for me to be here as a visitor with you all, and grateful to my ancestors, grateful to my elders, grateful to this community. And, what a blessing. I tell people, it warms my heart to see people like Carlos, to see the MnEEP team. So just lifting all of you up and just shouting all y'all out. Jennifer, Leatawa, Yvette, you all are, Rev, you all are just so inspiring to me. And, it's easy for me. I think I've had the blessing of having the opportunity to work in 34 states these last 10 years. And I speak very proudly of this home state. And I'm looking and I'm clicking through these Zoom names and windows and pictures, and just know that I am because we are, and there is absolutely no meaning to my individual life without the collective of the human beings I see on the screen. And so thank you for being you, and thank you for continuing to take up those bold goals. I'm just reading through those and just inspired, and just so excited to see the beauty that MnEEP will continue to bring into the world. And what an honor to have been connected in any way to such a remarkable ancestor, Ron McKinley, who I did not have the pleasure of knowing personally, but I'm very humbled to have been recognized in this way. And I leave you all with the understanding of who I am. My spiritual name is Ocha Lache. Ocha being the saints, the ancestors, the orishas in our Afro-Cuban tradition, the Yoruba tradition, and Ache meaning the one who transmits Ache through his ancestors. And it is because of you all that I can live my purpose. So muchísimas gracias, bendiciones, be guided, stay strong, and thank you for this honor.